Josh, you did everything you could for Dolly.
No. Don't try to make me out to be some kind of a hero in this. I made a lot of mistakes. But Dolly was different. She was an innocent, a sweet soul. She did something that I don't think I would have had the guts to do myself.
What'd she do?
She sacrificed herself. She died because she was trying to make things easier for this family.
And Reva's really taking it hard.
Where is she, Cassie?
She's at Cross Creek.
We buried Dolly at Cross Creek.
It was Dolly's favorite place.
And she is at peace now.
So, we're the only ones who know about this.
Yeah, the problem is that there are a lot of rumors out there about her, about what she was.
Yes. Thanks to Alan Spaulding.
So, I know I have no right to ask any of you this, but I was hoping we could make some sort of a pact in honor of Dolly's memory, that this would stay quiet forever.
Well, I'd prefer to at least tell my wife.
Well, Vanessa works with Alan, Matt. I don't think you can tell her.
What are you talking about? What, I can't tell my wife? You're the one that's getting ready to marry a Spaulding, for crying out loud.
Philip is different from Alan. You can't compare them.
Are you
No.
telling me, just hang on a second, are you telling me that if the subject of the clone comes up, that you're not going to say anything?
I won't. I won't.
That's easy to say.
I buried a body without authorization. A woman whose identity it would be impossible to explain to the police.
Right, so if anyone found out, you'd end up where I just was.
That's right.
Looking guiltiest out of the rest of the world when, in fact, you've done nothing, when there'd been no crime.
No crime.
Poor Dolly. Poor Dolly. She never had a chance. You know, and she never had a pajama party either. I know that sounds silly. It's just something we talked about. I always said that I would give her one. You know, just a night out with the girls, painting each other's toenails and listening to music and talking about boys. She never did that. I really wish I could have done something like that for her. What? She wanted it. Well, you know what? I will miss her. And not that anybody would believe me anyway, but I'm not going to say anything. What about the rest of you?
I won't say anything.
Well, I, for one, have had a lot of practice keeping things to myself, so you don't have to worry about me.
All right, I'll keep quiet.
Then Dolly can rest in peace.
Alan Spaulding's no dummy.
No, he's very smart. Rumor has it he's extremely smart.
Yeah, he probably started that rumor himself. But anyway, he's not easily fooled. And things have been very strange lately with the Lewises.
Yeah, like how?
Like Reva's mysterious trip to Florida. What was that all about? And then this Neanderthal, Sean McCullough, shows up out of the blue. And Michael Burke. What about Michael Burke?
But he's dead.
Where did he die?
In Alan Spaulding's lab.
That's right. Under pretty strange circumstances. And now Alan, being an astute businessman, if nothing else, is claiming that the Lewises are trying to cover up the fact that they cloned Reva.
Okay. Can I interject here?
If you must.
Well, if you're gonna take the story and run with it, you're gonna end up looking loonier than Alan.
You haven't been listening to me, Deborah.
No, I have heard everything you said, and I can see the headlines already. The clone that ate Springfield.
Well, I admit it's sensational, but a story like this deserves a sensational headline, don't you think?
Can I make a suggestion? If you want to take a story and do a story, why don't you do one on some poor widow that's trying to save her apartment?
Because poor widows are boring, and it probably wouldn't even draw a yawn, let alone ratings.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
You know, you saw this tape. You knew what was going on. Why didn't you follow up on Alan's claims? What's wrong with you?
Number one, Alan Spaulding is not talking to the media. And number two, your mother came and explained everything away, diverting all the attention from Alan's crazy story to Michael Burke's mysterious death.
Well, of course, my mother put a professional spin on it. Couldn't you see that?
You know, I have to admit your mother is one cool customer.
Yeah, maybe she's a little too cool. Deborah, I want you to dig deep into this. Major investigating, okay? Because I have a heavy-duty hunch that this clone thing is gonna be big.
You know what I think? I think you're just trying to make more trouble for Cassie.
And the downside of that would be what? Listen, if Alan is right about this clone, I'm blowing this story out of the water.
Okay, let's just say, for the sake of argument, that I believe your story. That Rick is not Kevin's father, that Annie somehow changed these records.
You
okay?
find that implausible?
No, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's just review how this hot little tidbit happened to magically find its way into your lap.
Are you asking me, or do you want me to explain it?
I want you to tell me, just so that I have it clear in my head.
Once upon a time, when Annie was in jail, she called me up.
And asked you for a favor. It's a quick story. It was a big favor, wasn't it? I'll take that as a yes. See, I knew Annie Dutton a hell of a lot longer than you did.
You want brownie points for length of service?
I witnessed the woman's descent, and she fell a long way fast. I also saw how adept she was at using people. She used you, and you didn't even see it coming, did you?
No.
No, you didn't, and you should have. You should have. See, you were the DA. You were the one man standing between her and her freedom. You were the one that she had to win over, because she really didn't have any other options. See, my father had already seen through her, as had pretty much the whole town. There was really just the one sucker left, and it was you.
Nice try, Philip. But Annie Dutton came to me because she sensed I might understand her. It's something that women get about me. Ask your ex-wife. Anyhow, you must know that this is something, exactly something that Annie would do. And sooner or later, our friend Dr. Rick will know that too.
Oh, my beautiful boys, my beautiful boys. You are two just bundles of pure joy. I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, thank you, Abby. Thank you, Abby. I know that this must have been very hard for you, and I'm sorry. I know that
No.
it's gonna.
Don't you worry about anything. I'm going to try and make sure everything turns out all right, okay? You hear that? And we loved having them. We did, and they were no problem at all.
Huh, my boy's problems. Never, never, never.
You know, Rick's plan to take custody of Kevin, it seemed right to him. But it felt all wrong to me.
It's all wrong.
And I feel like I'm being a traitor to my husband, but I know that a family, no matter what bad things happen to it, and no matter how many tragedies befall them, they have to stay together and somehow come through it all together, right?
Abby, that's what I pray for every single night.
And Blake, this terrible thing that has happened to you, it wasn't your fault. It almost happened to me too, and I know how violated you must feel.
Oh, Abby.
Something precious was taken away from you, and you don't need to lose your children. So if you ever need to talk about it, about what happened.
Abby, you brought me my children. That's all the comfort I'll ever need.
I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah. Show me your truck.
What do you think you're doing?
Rick.
Kevin is my son, and no one's gonna take him away from me. No one.